This is Adam, and he suffers from gout. Try Urol. It helps to prevent crystallization of uric acid crystals in gout therapy. Urol, effective urinary alkalinizer for gout.
Hello, I'm Kimilia, and this is KiniNews. Sanusi is confident of PN's chances of winning in the upcoming 2 by-elections in Johor. He said it could be the gateway for the PN wave to spread to Johor. Perikatan National Election Director Muhammad Sanusi Md Nor believes that the upcoming Simpang Jeram by-election will be a gateway for the Perikatan National wave to spread to Johor. During the launch of the PN campaign machinery in Bakri, Johor, last night, Sanusi said Johor will not be an exception for the PN wave and the starting point will be in Simpang Jeram.
Saya harap Simpang Jeram ini akan menerima aura dari Terengganu, dari Kelantan, dari Kedah, Negeri Sembilan, Pulau Pinang, Selangor. Tuan-tuan sekalian, gelombang Perikatan Nasional ini telah melanda negeri di pantai timur, di utara dan telah turun ke selatan tanah air, dan saya yakin Simpang Jeram dan Pulai ini akan menjadi penentu penting untuk kita hantar mesej kepada Abang Non.
Sanusi added that they would then take over the state in another 2.5 years. He pointed out that Penang is DAP's strongest state and they had lost 11 seats to PN and said it was not impossible for PN to penetrate Johor, where BN has a 2/3 majority in the State Legislative Assembly. Sanusi also said that the Simpang Jeram polls were very significant for the country because it was an opportunity for the rakyat to voice their displeasure against the liars. The Simpang Jeram by-election will take place on September 2nd. Nominations are this Saturday. Umno Youth Chief Dr Akmal Saleh has hit out at local government and development minister Ming for brushing aside criticism over the inclusion of DAP's logo on mock cheques presented to several schools in Ipoh, Perak. Akmal said that Nga's response that there was no issue with it shows that he is not fit to be a minister. According to Malaysia Gazette, Akmal said that if this was his way of thinking, then DAP's Secretary General Anthony Loke should replace Nga with a better candidate for the post. On Saturday, Nga presented mock cheques to 17 Chinese primary and secondary schools following a government allocation of 1.8 million ringgit for repair and upgrading work. Apart from the DAP logo, the Pakatan Harapan and Malaysia Madani logos were also printed alongside the national coat of arms on the mock cheques. When asked for comments on criticism over the matter yesterday, Nga had said that there was no issue with it and what was more important was that the schools get the benefit. The prosecution in Rosmah's money laundering trial has claimed that she received large sums of money in her bank account despite being unemployed. They claim that Rosmah used the money to pay telephone and credit card bills. The prosecution in Rosmah Mansor's 7 million ringgit money laundering and tax evasion case told the Kuala Lumpur High Court today that Rosmah made large deposits into her account despite not having any job. In reading out the prosecution's opening statement, Deputy Public Prosecutor Ahmad Akram Garib said that this is part of the inference for the prosecution's case that the source of the money was from unlawful activities. Akram said that the large sum of 7 million ringgit deposited into Rosmah's account at Affin Bank was wholly disproportionate to her means as she was not gainfully employed and had no independent source of any lawful income. Akram alleged that Rosmah used the services of Roslan Sohari, who was the residential house manager of Seri Perdana Complex in Putrajaya, to make these deposits on her behalf. He said the deposits formed the subject matter of the 12 money laundering charges. Elaborating, he said that the monies in question were not disclosed to the Inland Revenue Board and no income tax was paid. According to Akram, Rosmah had used the deposited sum to pay personal telephone and credit card bills through cheques signed by her. He further alleged that Rosmah had made false statements concerning the monies when she was questioned by investigating MACC officers. He explained that these offences are in breach of the Income Tax Act and Anti-Money Laundering and Counter-Terrorism Financing Act. Rosmah is currently facing 12 money laundering counts involving 7 million ringgit and 5 charges of failing to declare her income to the Inland Revenue Board.
We are often faced with nutrient deficiency needed for our body. This is why I choose G-Sure. G-Sure is the first plant-based and complete nutrition drink that helps to improve the immune system and strengthen our bodies. It has to be Good Morning G-Sure.
The IRB has allegedly frozen the accounts of Hamzas Zainuddin and his family members. This is believed to be in relation to a probe by the MACC against him. The Inland Revenue Board has reportedly frozen bank accounts belonging to an opposition leader and his family members. Sources confirmed to Malaysia Kini that the politician concerned is Bersatu Secretary General Hamzas Zainuddin. According to the source, the freeze was imposed from yesterday. The move is believed to be related to MACC's ongoing investigations against Hamzah. Earlier, the Star had said that the IRB was tight-lipped on the matter, saying only those involved could confirm it. However, sources close to the leader told the Daily that it was true. The source claimed that it happened, but said that Hamzah is not bothered by it. In June, Malaysia Kini reported that IRB officials had raided Hamzah's residence in Kuala Lumpur, during which files as well as documents on accounts and asset ownership were purportedly seized. Earlier this month, Hamzah, who is the parliamentary opposition leader, had also sent a letter of demand to the government and MACC Chief Commissioner, accusing them of abusing their powers to prosecute him for crimes he did not commit. Hamzah claimed that he was being selectively prosecuted and said that he had sent the legal letter to demand the authorities to cease and desist from allegedly trying to defame him. A surprising guest was in the crowd at the launch of PN's campaign for the Simpang Jeram and Pulai by-elections last night. PAS Secretary General Taqiyuddin Hassan said the guest was a friend from Melaka. Melaka UMNO Assemblyperson Muhammad Jailani Khamis made an appearance at the launch of Perikatan Nasional's campaign machinery in Bakri, Johor last night. The event was to mark the start of PN's campaign for the Simpang Jeram and Pulai by-elections, which will take place on September 9th. During the event, PAS Secretary General Taqiyuddin Hassan informed the audience of Jailani's presence and described him as a friend from Melaka. According to the Star, Jailani said he attended the event on behalf of Pakatan Nasional, an NGO led by former BN Secretary General Anwar Musa. He told the Daily that he was representing Anwar as Pakatan Nasional is firm in its belief in the unity of the Ummah, and it was also the same spirit shared by PN. We believe that this unity is not dead and we do not make enemies with any political parties, he said. Jailani added that his presence at the event was not indicative of his departure from UMNO. He said they just wanted the unity to continue, if not through any political parties, then through Pakatan Nasional as an NGO. He said there needs to be a space for Malay parties to sit together and be united. Jailani won the Rembia seat in 2018 on a PKR ticket before defecting in 2020 to join UMNO a year later. He retained the Rembia seat in 2021 state election and was appointed as a state executive council member. Puad Zarkashi believes that UMNO should do a post-mortem on the state polls instead of holding an EGM to discuss party elections. UMNO's Supreme Council member Muhammad Puad Zarkashi doesn't believe that there is no need for the party to hold an extraordinary general meeting to discuss holding party elections. In a post on Facebook today, he said this is as elections had already been held and new members had been elected from the vice president post to the division chiefs. Instead, Puad said it would be better off for UMNO to do a detailed post-mortem at every level. UMNO had won 19 out of 108 seats that it contested in the 6 state elections. The party had failed to capture or retain any seats it contested in Terengganu and Kedah. Following the results, there had been calls for UMNO to hold an EGM to discuss holding fresh elections and the future direction for the party. Earlier this week, UMNO veteran Tengku Razaleigh Hamzah reportedly called for fresh party elections. He said it was the only way for the party to update itself following the poor outcome in the state polls. UMNO Supreme Council member Isham Jalil had also called for an EGM to be held as soon as possible to discuss rising and related matters. He said the grassroots will become increasingly anxious if the leadership stays silent and does not provide guidance in times of crisis. Jawi has announced that they are investigating an event where Muslim prayers were recited alongside Christian and Hindu prayers. The Federal Territories Islamic Religious Department, Jawi, is investigating the reciting of the Muslim prayers during a groundbreaking ceremony in Kuala Lumpur recently. Although they did not mention which ceremony, it is believed to be in reference to an event at the MIC headquarters on Monday. The event, which was also attended by BN chairperson Ahmad Zahid Hamidi, saw Muslim, Christian and Hindu prayers being recited. In a statement, Jawi said it is investigating the matter to ensure there were no elements that contravened Islamic rules or fatwa. The department added that any offence related to Aqidah can lead to legal action and punishment under Section 559 of the Sharia Criminal Offences Act 1997. Jawi said that although religious harmony and tolerance are encouraged by Islamic teachings, all quarters are advised to refer to the Islamic religious authorities to ensure that such actions do not violate the laws of Islam. A video of the groundbreaking ceremony at the MIC headquarters showing an ustaz reciting a prayer while a monk performed a ritual according to Hinduism had gone viral on social media. Also seen in the video is a pastor performing a ceremony according to Christian customs. Earlier, MIC Deputy President M. Saravanan had defended the multi-religious event, saying that the party has members of various religions and it would be unfair to only conduct one religious prayer. Saravanan had asked netizens who were not satisfied with the ceremony not to be close-minded. And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to kinitv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. If you'd like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to MalaysiaKini.com. I'm Kimilia. Thanks for watching.